The euro is Europe's youngest currency, has come into being in 2002, and some have argued that the euro might no longer exist in 5 to 10 years from now. So the question is, will the euro still be around in 5 to 10 years? And my answer is yes. However, there are a number of politicians and experts that believe otherwise. What are the scenarios most frequently mentioned? Scenario number 1. The Eurozone breaks up into a northern euro that remains a strong currency and into a southern euro that may depreciate. For Southern Europe, this would make imports more expensive, but exports cheaper. It would also make tourism and the exporting economies of Southern Europe more competitive. Their current accounts would improve. Such regular currency depreciations were the order of the day in Southern Europe prior to the introduction of the euro. Despite this, the Eurozone will not break up. The reason for this is simple. What is lacking in Southern Europe is an economically strong, not highly indebted country that could serve as an anchor for the Southern Europe. Neither would France want to play such a role. This is why there will be no breakup of the Eurozone into a Northern and a Southern Europe. Scenario number 2. Germany, as the economically strongest country in the Eurozone, no longer wants to guarantee or finance the bailout measures needed, or Germany disapproves permanently the monetary policy of the European Central Bank and its interventions on the bond market, but cannot enforce its position on the board of the ECB. In all of these cases, it would be feasible that Germany might leave the Eurozone. There are, however, 2 problems. First, Germany would have to introduce its own currency again, let us say a new Deutschmark. And this new Deutschmark would strongly appreciate against the remaining euro, because many investors would want to use the new German currency as a safe haven for their assets. Germany would then have a similar problem like Switzerland, namely an overvalued currency. For Germany, as Europe's most successful exporting nation, this would be a serious disadvantage. In addition to the rising exchange rate, there would be other disadvantages for the exporting industry: exchange commissions and exchange rate fluctuations. On the other hand, Germany would lose its role as an engine of European integration if it were to leave the Eurozone. It would then play a role similar to the one of Great Britain. A switch to a new Deutschmark would be completely improbable just for this reason. Germany would never accept the role of a fringe actor within the European Union. Scenario number 3. A small and peripheral crisis country leaves the Eurozone voluntarily or under political pressure. In recent years, this was primarily discussed in the case of Greece. There is, however, something that should not be disregarded in this context. Legally, no EU member state can be forced to give up the euro as a currency against its will. A forced exit is not foreseen in the European treaties. Economically, Europe and the global economy would be able to cope with a Greek exit from the Eurozone. But among the key political actors of the European Union, there is consensus about the clear political goal of keeping all current EU member states in the Eurozone. The aim is to prevent the markets from harboring doubts about any other country of the Eurozone. This means a Greek exit is not imminent. And even if Greece were to return to the drachma one day, the Eurozone would still continue to exist.